A man named James talks about how he began truly living after moving into the woods of California with his family. He sold his company, left behind his old friends, and moved away with his pregnant wife. He has always believed that the world was going to come to an end.
Our world was like a bubble, waiting to pop.
Sometime later, James spends time outside with his daughter, Hannah, playing in the yard, while Lily sits nearby working on her laptop. When he asks her if they have enough basil, she tells him she does not know and that she is busy with work.
Working on something important right now.
At the same time, Becky and Nick are driving together on a trip when Becky notices a strange message on her phone saying goodbye to the world. She feels confused, but before she can think about it further, Nick takes the phone and reminds her not to use it while driving. Soon after, he receives the same message on his own phone. They both assume it is some kind of joke or system error and decide to turn off their phones so they can relax during their trip.
Did you just text me?
Honey, you're holding my phone.
In another place, a professor named Benji is teaching a class where he speaks about resisting control. He tells his students how he was arrested unfairly and insists that revolution is the only way to express and secure their freedom. After the lecture ends, he spends intimate time with his student Ariel.
You miss having sex?
Not as much as I miss good coffee.
Elsewhere, Laura attends a job interview, but things do not go well. The interviewer refuses to hire her because of her past relationship with a senator, though they explain that she has too much experience for the role. Frustrated and upset, she leaves the building.
Yet I'm the one who's unhireable.
He didn't get caught on camera, honey.
Soon after, strange events begin happening everywhere as many people receive the same disturbing message. News reports describe it as a cyber attack, and technological systems begin to fail. Phones stop working, networks collapse, and people start to panic.
Have actually shut down because of the sheer number of messages they're receiving.
Elsewhere, a man named Lev sits alone, struggling with deep sadness and preparing to take his own life. When he sees the news about the situation, he suddenly pauses. Shortly after, the power goes out completely and chaos erupts outside.
Confirmed reports that the nation is under a large-scale cyber attack.
Back at James and Lily's home, loud music is playing as James asks Lily to lower the volume. As they prepare to welcome their guests, they argue about Nick. Lily believes James should admit he was wrong for forcing him out of their company, but James refuses, explaining that Nick had tried to sell private user data.
I think it would help if you apologized first.
Meanwhile, Becky and Nick stop at a gas station, but the place is deserted. Nick notices a box full of cash along with vegetables left out for anyone who wants to buy them. He jokes about stealing the money, but instead, he only takes a cucumber, leaving his glasses behind as payment.
Stole that?
I left my sunglasses.
That's a $200 cucumber.
Laura tries to leave by plane, but her flight is redirected because of the chaos at the airport, and she ends up in Las Vegas instead. After some time, Becky and Nick reach the quiet countryside house where James and Lily live. They are welcomed warmly. Nick tells them that Becky used to be Laura's freshman roommate, and they remember her. Becky assumes they hated her back then, but Lily reassures her that they did not.
There are some security concerns right now at the San Francisco airport, so we'll be making it early.
You guys remember, she was Laura's freshman year roommate.
Oh!
Becky gives Hannah a large stuffed toy as a gift. During dinner, James attempts to admit his past mistakes, but the others make fun of him instead, which causes him to leave the table feeling upset. Lily asks the rest to join her in the hot tub, but Becky says she is tired, and Nick rejects the idea, saying it would be awkward since she is his ex.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Lily goes alone, and the others head to bed. Becky tells Nick that James and Lily do not seem happy with their lives, and she suggests that this weekend trip will help him find closure with his old friend group so he can move on.
You can finally get some closure, but that doesn't mean you have to keep these people in your life.
The following morning, Becky goes out for a run and discovers a small hidden cabin nearby. Back at the house, Nick and Lily spend time together in the greenhouse, where they relax and smoke. Later, everyone gathers to play a game, enjoying themselves until Hannah reminds them that it is time for her daily routine with Bubbles.
Wave.
It's time for the Daily Bubble now!
They all join her activity and share a light moment filled with laughter. Not long after, Benji arrives unexpectedly with Ariel, catching everyone off guard. The group greets them warmly, and Nick invites him to smoke with him. Benji casually explains that society is breaking down, then chooses to rest. After waking up, he shows them video clips of widespread chaos, including riots, fires, and cities falling into disorder, and explains that the system has always been fragile and is now collapsing.
It's improvements in pot since college.
There's a pot?
They're scared and reacting to a militarized police force.
Or maybe
The group begins to worry about the situation. Lily assumes it is just chaos caused by power outages, but Benji tells her it is much more than that. The group decides to watch the news, but Lily explains that their TV only supports DVDs, so they turn on the radio instead. What they hear makes them even more concerned about the situation.
Is that about some false information?
I'm calling my mother.
Don't.
Becky decides to call her mother, but finds that there is no signal. She tells Nick they should leave, but the others convince her that they should rest for the night and figure everything out in the morning.
Tomorrow, and everything will be back to normal.
Lily, no disrespect, but
In another place, Laura makes her way to California and lands there. She then starts walking toward James's place. On her way, she comes across Lev lying on the road. She helps him stand and takes him with her to the house.
Are you okay?
Am I dead?
Laura arrives with Lev, and James and the others greet them warmly. Becky and Nick decide to leave for Miami, but Laura explains that the roads are no longer open. Nick agrees that traveling is unsafe and decides they should stay, which angers Becky.
Closed.
They are.
maybe we should wait.
Just fill the tank, please.
Laura talks to Lev, telling him to go inside, get some water, and clean himself. She then asks James to take her to a nearby store to gather supplies. During the trip, they discuss Lev. Laura tells him she received a call from a friend in Homeland Security about Lev, and James begins to suspect that Lev could be connected to the events, possibly even responsible for them. Laura dismisses the idea, believing he is overthinking the situation. James, however, remains worried, especially because Lily is also involved in hacking.
Contest, you gonna turn her in?
Not turning anyone in.
At the store, they collect what they need, and when they are about to pay, they realize the price is very high. The man at the counter takes Laura's gold watch and then asks to see her breasts so they can have the supplies. Outside, they witness a violent incident, which confirms that things are getting worse everywhere.
I'll give you 300.
Suck it.
That's all I have.
Back at the house, Benji and Ariel spend some time together. Becky walks in on them and reflects on the past, including the time he failed to attend her wedding because he was in prison. James and Laura buy other dairy products as well and head back home.
You were in prison.
Oh.
The group attempts to watch the news, but there is no signal anymore. Hannah starts asking them to play her daily bubbles. Outside, James and Laura return. Laura greets Lily while James plays with Hannah.
We went digital. Not all the way out here.
Daily Bubble!
All right.
Nick and Benji go to the cabin where Benji is staying, and Nick tells him that he wishes he lived there. Nick adds that it feels really strange seeing Lily again, and Benji tells him that he needs to live with the choices he has made.
Action. Live with the consequences.
Okay, stop hitting me!
All right.
James then asks Lev if he is a terrorist. Later, James shows Laura a hidden supply he has prepared and admits that he directly asked Lev if he was involved in the chaos. Laura tells him that his approach was a mistake.
James, you're a fucking idiot.
Hey.
Okay, all right.
During dinner, James brings up the topic in a joking way and asks if anyone present could be responsible for what is happening, trying to make Lev feel more comfortable. The group laughs and decides not to worry about the current situation, choosing instead to reminisce about their college life for the night. Then they begin sharing what they would miss most from their old lives.
The one thing they will miss most about the old world.
Oh.
The following day, a group of soldiers arrives and explains that they want to establish a base nearby, mentioning that the house is more organized than others in the area. The group refuses to allow them to stay on the property. Becky firmly argues against them, suggesting they are not legally required to let them stay if it has not been announced as a mandatory rule throughout the state. The soldiers hesitate to leave at first, but the group tells them they know the rules and what is expected of them. Eventually, the soldiers decide to leave. James shows Nick around, explaining how to handle things in case something happens to him.
Happens to me.
What is gonna happen to you?
I have a daughter.
The group then gathers around the TV to watch the news, but they discover that the message being broadcast is on a loop, repeating itself. Laura realizes that what is being transmitted through the message is a code meant for certain people.
Catastrophic event message. We are serious people. That's code to communicate to certain.
Laura and Benji go out for a smoke, and Laura confesses that she is in love with the senator. Benji reminds her that she is very strong and that she needs to find a man who can keep up with that. Later, Ariel shows interest in Benji, but he turns her down. She becomes upset and criticizes him for speaking about change without taking real action. After she grows emotional, Benji leaves, and James steps in to comfort her.
Jesus Christ, Benji. That is terrible.
At the end of the day, they're all just selling something, aren't they?
What were you selling?
That night, neighbors from the town come to James asking for medicine, but he tells them they do not have any. They ask him to mention it to Lily in case she can find something for them. Later, Laura attempts to access Lev's laptop, but enters an incorrect password, which triggers the device to take a photo of her.
We keep that kind of stuff laying around.
Mention it to Lily if you would.
The next morning, James tells Lily that their neighbor came by and mentioned that people are now camping at her place. Lily asks if they should take in some of the campers, but James refuses. As they continue talking, Nick argues with James about his recent behavior.
Oh, we need more people to take care of.
Well, if they need help.
Nick, we can...
During the argument, Becky learns something unexpected when Nick reveals that he partially owns the house. He explains that Lily was unable to cover the taxes, so he stepped in to help. He also admits that he and Lily were once engaged. James insists that Nick is more of an investor than an owner and says they are ready to pay him back the portion he covered. This information upsets Becky, leading to a heated argument.
A cashier's check cut for half the current appraisal.
Is that why you invited us here?
Lily and Nick sit outside, and Lily apologizes for what James said. She tells him that this weekend invitation was never about paying him back for the house. They both admit that they have missed each other and share a kiss. During this moment, Becky comes outside and Nick quickly hides. Eventually, Becky asks about a ring Nick had given Lily, and Lily admits that she returned it. Lily tells Becky that she is fortunate, but also reveals that James began to lose his feelings for her after Hannah was born. Becky tells her that it is up to her to change that and invites her inside to join the others.
I'm in love with Hannah. He wouldn't even notice if I was gone.
That night, the group tries to improve their mood by organizing a small talent show, and everyone takes part. Laura entertains them with jokes, Becky shares a poem, Nick performs a simple magic trick, and Ariel sings. However, Lily criticizes Ariel's performance, which ruins the atmosphere and causes Ariel to become upset. She storms off, calling the others dull and boring.
You all think you're so advanced and intellectual?
The group goes out to look for her, but is unable to find her. Later, the women gather in the hot tub and spend some time together, while the men return separately. During that time, Nick admits to Benji that he followed his advice and kissed Lily. This disappoints Benji, who explains that honesty should not be used in a way that harms others, and tells him that he never asked him to ruin someone's marriage.
You told me to do this.
No, this is not my fault.
At the same time, James and Lily get into another argument about Lily's behavior, during which Lily expresses that she wants to end their marriage. James ignores her request and instead insists that their focus should be on surviving the current situation. Soon after, their neighbor from nearby comes to James and tells him that the soldiers are camping at her place. She also informs him that Ariel is staying with them. She says that Ariel told them about their medicine supplies and demands that James hand them over, which leads to a disagreement within the group about what they should do. Benji becomes angry and storms off, saying he needs some time to think.
At your storeroom.
I understand your request.
You should have helped me out.
Later on, Benji becomes trapped in the woods after getting caught in a snare. The group realizes that the soldiers have taken items from them when the alarms for the storage room go off. They all go out to confront them. During the confrontation, one of the soldiers shows interest in Laura, and when she pushes him away, he attacks her, trying to touch her inappropriately.
I'll be damned, it's her.
I told you.
Hey,
Lev steps in to protect her, but is threatened by the armed soldier, who then demands food from the group. The soldiers take some of the food and say they will return later to take the fridge that stores the medicine and supplies.
Move!
That night, Lev reveals that he tried to kill himself on the day the attack happened. He also tells them that the FBI were after him, assuming he was responsible for the attack. He explains that he had sent the original "Goodbye World" message using an old spam tool, but someone interfered with it, causing a much larger system failure.
To be able to hijack the target's address book and send a single text message to every contact.
Lily then admits that she had accessed his computer as a joke, which unintentionally allowed the attackers to hack into it and trigger the attack using his spam message. Becky becomes furious with them for causing the entire situation. Later, Laura speaks privately with Lev and tells him she will keep this information to herself, promising not to report him.
Sure. Could just be this country.
The following morning, Becky finds Benji still trapped and helps him get free. During this moment, she tells him about her childhood, and he informs her about what happened between Nick and Lily, which causes Becky to become angry. She confronts Nick about still being in love with Lily, and then leaves in frustration.
Because I believe in hell.
James also tells Nick to leave, leading to another argument between them. Nick then tells James that he should be the one to leave instead, allowing Lily to make the choice. James tells Lily that if she wants to leave, she can go with Nick, then storms off.
Don't be here when I get back.
Later, James goes to his neighbor to discuss a possible way to distribute the medicine fairly. A soldier attacks him, calling him greedy. He pulls out his gun and is about to shoot James, but Laura intervenes and saves him by killing the soldier. She then offers some of their medicine to the others and encourages cooperation instead of conflict. As they return, Laura panics over what she has done, but James tells her that she acted to save his life and thanks her. When they return home, Laura kisses Lev. Lily and Nick leave together, but halfway through, Lily decides to leave Nick, saying she will return to her family, which leaves him deeply hurt.
You saved my life.
She then goes back to James, and they reconcile their relationship. Becky expresses gratitude to Benji, and the two of them leave together for the city to help those in need. In the end, the group works with the surrounding community to rebuild society, and James and Nick eventually resolve their differences, living peacefully once again.
11, 12,